Hello everyone, my name is Sonia Hernandez and thank you for joining me today. As educators, we are often faced with the challenge of meeting the diverse needs of our students, especially in our increasingly multicultural classrooms. Today, we will explore the concept of multicultural literacies and how they can empower us to effectively teach our Spanish-speaking students in the elementary grades. Many of you have expressed that you feel an uncertainty about how to approach this influx, but through multimodal strategies, we can create inclusive and engaging learning environments. Together, we will discover practical tools and techniques that not only support language development, but also celebrate the rich cultural backgrounds of our students. Let's embark on this journey to enhance our teaching practices and foster a more equitable classroom for all our students. The winds of change are sweeping through our classrooms. As educators, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment where the traditional methods we once relied on are no longer sufficient. We cannot be the teachers that we had as students, nor can we continue to teach as we did last year, nor even yesterday. The landscape of education is evolving rapidly and continuously. So must we. With the diverse needs of our students, particularly as we welcome more Spanish speaker learners, we are called to be more creative and innovative in our approaches. This creativity is not just about using new technologies or teaching techniques. It's about reimagining our classroom as inclusive spaces where every student feels valued and empowered to learn. So let's embrace this challenge with open minds and hearts by fostering an environment rich in multimodal literacies, where visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning methods coexist. We can engage our students in ways that resonate with their unique experience and backgrounds. So let's harness these winds of change to cultivate a dynamic and inspiring learning atmosphere that prepares our students for the future. In thinking about today's educational landscape, the word engineer comes to mind. So I asked AI to give me the most simplest definition for the word engineer. And what it gave me was the action of working artfully to bring something about. Again, the action of working artfully to bring something about. Isn't this what we do as educators? Well, I decided it is, and I decided that we need to be called something different outside of just teachers or just educators. We are education engineers. We're building cultural bridges, we're developing classroom environments, and we are training the future. What we do stands the test of time. So my education engineers, have self-efficacy in your ability to have successful classrooms. Now, before we get into multimodal literacies, it is important that you see SEE all of your students. When we see our students, we support them, we have empathy, and we encourage them. Let's face it, learning is challenging, and sometimes it's a little more challenging for others. When we implement multimodal literacies, it is important that we see all of our students. We support them, we have empathy, and we encourage them. Multimodal literacies. What is it and how does it work? Multimodal literacies is defined as the ability to understand and produce meaning through various modes of communication, such as text, audio, images, and digital media. Simply put, it's just the ability to create meaning using either text with audio, images, and digital media. So it's always going to be text with a combination of one of those things or all of those things. Digital literacy is defined as the ability to effectively use digital tools and technologies to find, evaluate, create, and communicate information. Digital literacy is the backbone to multimodal literacies. The digital literacy has changed the educational landscape from the traditional printed text to the multimodal literacies. Us as educators, it is important that we know how to use these digital tools that are available for us today. YouTube can teach anything. It can teach you to be a plumber. It can teach you to be a mechanic. And yes, it can teach you to be an education engineer. Multimodal learning is defined as an approach that uses multiple ways or methods such as visual, audio, and hands-on activities to help students learn and understand information better. Multimodal learning is our part as education engineers. It is important that we provide activities that stimulate auditory, visual, and hands-on. This is how our students have deeper learning. Here with the multimodal learning, as you can see, I have included the template for the Birmingham City lesson plans. So what we're going to do, we're just going to jump down to the multimodal learning, where you can see what I have implemented under my auditory, visual, and kinesthetic hands-on activities. Under auditory, we practice saying the new vocabulary. I say it, they repeat it, they hear it, they learn it, they know it. Visual, I show images of the meats prepared in various ways in a slide presentation with the vocabulary words. So here they have the images, and they also are seeing the text with the images. So they have a visual. And with the kinesthetic or hands-on, I have plastic food toys for the students to interact with and match up with the various words that they are learning. So now what I want to do is take a few minutes and have some of you to volunteer to tell me how you use your multimodal learning. Multimodal literacies. Multimodal literacies are defined as the ability to understand and produce meaning through various modes of communication such as text, audio, images, and digital media. This is the part that we ask our students to do, to the feedback to give us to demonstrate that they have mastered their skill or what they receive out of the lessons that we are teaching. Here on the multimodal literacies, I have a sample of the Birmingham City lesson plan template. And again, we're going to drop down to the multimodal literacies. And here, as you can see, this is the part that our students will use to show us that they understood the concept and use their creativity. And so I give them the option of, if they use text, they can create ads, flyers, coupons to represent talking about the food. Audio, they can do a discussion to talk about their favorite food. Images, they can provide printed pictures or digital pictures to do a slide presentation about their favorite food. And then also the digital media is included in that also under the slide presentation. So what I'm going to do is take a few minutes to let you all share with me how you can implement this with your lesson and your students. Multimedia literacies really isn't new. It was just one-sided. Here is a 1970s educational journal by Abrams and Faris that shows what was being basically poured into the student. You have your traditional teacher who's at the board. We have your 1970s computer with the tower. We have the music boombox from the 1970s with the music audio. And we have the 1970 TV with antennas, which gave us visual and audio. And we have the printed textbook. Nowadays, there is a multimedia literacies update where the students now have the opportunity to use multimodal literacies due to digital literacy. They now have the opportunity to express what they've learned, how they learned in the various ways. My education engineers, how many of you have Google Translate on your phone? If you do not have it, I want to take a few minutes and give you the time to download it now. I want you to download Google Translate and let's artfully bring something about in our classroom. Thanks to digital literacy, there is no more language barrier. Google Translate can help us communicate with our students. As education engineers, we have the tools to see our students, and it is very important. My suggestion is in your small groups, when you use your Google Translate, you review your lesson with your students in English. Have them to read what you said in English. You read it to them, pointing out the words. Then you have them to push the button to hear what you said in Spanish. This is going to help them to also build their English understanding. Also, it is a way for you to see your students. You can support them. You will have empathy and understanding in how they're learning. And you can also encourage them. So, let's not sit around and wait for the ESL teacher that may or may not come. As educational engineers, let's use the digital tools that we have available to us to provide a classroom of inclusion and educational success for all of our students. I hope this presentation has restored your self-efficacy in your teaching ability in your diverse classrooms. I also hope that this presentation has helped you to understand how to implement multimodal literacies with your students. And most of all, I hope that you can now see SEE all of your students. Thank you. I'm Sonia Hernandez.